Hi, I'm Ben Jacobs, a forward on the UNCP men's basketball team, and you're watching the Black and Gold Report on WFXB.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Jenna Davison, and on the show today, we have the Assistant Director for Development of Athletics and Constituent Support, Brian Russo, and on the second half of the show, we're going to watch a student intern project on a day in the life of Shamel Brackett. But first, we're joined by Brian Russo. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you do for UNCP and what a typical day is like for you?
As you said, I'm the Assistant Director of Development for Athletics and Constituent Support, which is a long way of saying I'm an athletic fundraiser. That's my main priority here at the university. I also handle season ticket sales for football and men's and women's basketball, some marketing for the athletic events, and some other things like that. A typical day, it really depends what time of year it is. Right now, it's working real hard to get as many donations as we can here before the year ends and help people with some tax deductions. If it's late spring, early summer, then it's focused more on season tickets for football, renewals for people who purchased last year, and then marketing new ticket sales. So it really just depends what time of year.
Well, you've said in the past that a majority of your job is athletic fundraising. What are the difficult aspects of fundraising, and how much is fundraising based on athletic team performance?
I would say that very little is based on athletic team performance. If somebody's going to give to the university, they're going to do it because they have an affinity for the university. They were an alumnus of it, they've grown up in the area and been a part of it their whole life. So really, people understand that teams are going to go through cycles of being good, and maybe they're going to have off years. So very little of it is based on athletic performance. The challenge is really it's still the the economic climate right now. It is getting better, but it's still not to where it was, say, 5 or 6 years ago. So it's just continuing to try to push forward through that, and hopefully things will get better this new year and maybe the year after that.
Well, do you deal primarily with the athletic department as a whole, or with each team on an individual basis?
It's definitely more as the athletic department as a whole. If an individual team wants to put together, say, an alumni game, or they want to do a mailing to their alumni that they have for that particular sport, then definitely I'm going to help be support for that, get them contact information, a mailing list, whatever it is they need to help make that event successful. But definitely it's more overall for the athletic department.
Well, how much interaction do you have with the UNCP support staff, such as athletic media relations, athletic training, facilities, and what role do they play in your overall success of fundraising?
They definitely play a role of success. It depends which unit we're talking about. Definitely all of them. If we're going to bring somebody on campus and give them a tour of the campus, then they'll probably interact with each one of those units that you said, and it's more of a customer service, customer relations type of interaction where you just want to be personable to them, answer any questions they have, and just that kind of role. Now, again, kind of going back to your initial question about what I do on a day-to-day basis, it again goes back to what time of year it is. Again, if it's football season ticket renewal time or basketball season ticket time, then I'm going to be working with yourself and with Todd and Karen to make sure the website's up to date, make sure Twitter and Facebook have the proper information out about how people can get season tickets. Throughout the year, working to make sure the Braves Club page is up to date. It has information on upcoming events, any kind of recaps on events that we did have. So those are kind of the ways that I would interact with those units.
With UNCP currently in a search for a full-time athletic director, how has your job been affected after former athletic director Dan Kenny took the job as chief of staff in the chancellor's office?
Thankfully, my job or my interaction with Dan really, it's just changed in scope, not so much in the amount of time. With him being in the chancellor's office, my office, the Office of Advancement, handles a lot of things with the chancellor's office together. So I still get to work with him fairly regularly, and it's just changed the nature of what projects we're working on. They're not necessarily sports oriented anymore. Really, when the new athletic director comes in, that's when there might be some differences. And Dan was very, very interactive and very involved in athletic fundraising. So it depends on how the new athletic director wants to be involved, and I'm sure they'll have a good level of involvement in it.
Well, can you talk us through the process of securing a donor or a sponsor for the UNCP Athletic Department from first contact to the signing of the contract?
It's really no different than any time that you're starting a relationship with somebody you might work with. You want to get to know that person, you want to know their likes or dislikes. If they were an alumnus of the university, whether it's general alumnus or a former student athlete, you want to know what kind of experience they had at the university, what kind of things they were involved with, and then you try to, over time, match those interests with things that you can, that they can be involved with at the university now. If it's a sponsor, it's really much the same way. You need to understand if they want to be just with one specific program or with the overall athletic department, and then finding how they want to interact with the athletic department.
All right. Well, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to continue talking with Brian Russo, so stay tuned.
I thought it was my lungs.
I was having shortness of breath.
I had a great team of doctors.
Dr. Lowry, wonderful doctor. The only one, really, who has ever had my heart in his hand.
I don't think you got any better treatment in Duke than you got him.
I felt very safe.
I mean, I feel good. Got energy.
I go to the mall and walk 2 miles.
I come out victorious.
I love Southeastern, and of course, if it has something to do with their heart, this is where you get it.
Founded in 1887 as the Croatan Normal School, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke has grown to a student body of over 6,000 and is now one of the most diverse institutions in the nation. As we prepare to celebrate our 125th anniversary in 2012, we remember the rich heritage of this institution and anticipate an exciting future. With an average class size of 21 students, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke is a place where students will get the personal attention they deserve at a great value. If you want to know your professors and classmates and have an enriching experience inside and outside of the classroom, then UNC Pembroke might be exactly what you're looking for. If you have what it takes to be brave, check out experience.uncp.edu. There, you can take an online campus tour, schedule a campus visit, or apply for admission. Going to UNCP isn't for everyone. It's for the brave.
UNCP fans, now is the time to join the Braves Club, the official UNCP Athletic Booster Club. Your donations help to provide valuable funding to student-athletes, scholarships, and programs. UNCP student-athletes continue to excel in the classroom and on the field, and the Braves Club wants you to join the action. From the exclusive opportunity to purchase football and basketball season tickets to the free monthly newsletter, the Braves Club is a great way to become a member of the team. For more information on the Braves Club, visit uncpbraves.com.